Hello everybody, it's Saturday night. It's 9:30. I'm just getting to work on this. It rained here all day long. But we're going to try to get some more siding on tonight. Hey, we're starting to develop an echo in here, which is pretty cool. That means we're starting to get stuff closed up, which is awesome. So, doing the same thing we did on the other side, except for this time I was able to get 12-foot boards, so there will be no seams part way up. So what I'll be able to do is go the full length up to the second floor. And the only seams will be for the knee wall up above. The reason I'm doing it like that, I guess I'm just doing it just because. So there's no rhyme or reason, it's just what I have to work with at the time, so that's what we're going with. But hopefully we'll see what we can get done here in a couple hours before my body says it's time to go in and go to bed. And I'll see you guys on the other side of it. Alright, so we didn't get done nearly what I wanted to get done tonight, but that's okay. It rained all day, the rain's moving in again. I work in the rain quite a bit, that doesn't bother me, but I hate running my power tools in the rain. I hate getting that stuff destroyed. But now that we're getting some sheathing on this, we're getting some decking up above, the building's taking shape, it's exciting. I mean, obviously we have a lot of work left to do just to get the roof on. I thought maybe it's a good time I could show you guys, actually I think it's a perfect time I can show you guys the plans for this building, what we're going to be using it for, what you're going to see in future videos out of this channel once this building is finished. Now, I'm a man of many hobbies. I'm into a lot of different stuff. I like my blacksmith and I like my woodworking. I like alternative heating type stuff, alternative energies type stuff. I'm into all that kind of thing. I'm also into anything that can make you self-reliant, give you a little more, and that doesn't mean living off the grid. I'd love to. Unfortunately, my power needs here, that's probably not possible for a long time, but you never know. Technology changes all the time. Things you buy get more and more energy efficient, we'll put it that way. But, so you guys, you know where the stairwell is going. It's going to go in the front corner here, the southeast corner. Behind the camera where we had the sawmill set up and all that, where we had the big doors on both ends, my plans for there is I have trees planted along the driveway, and they're going to start getting, the bigger they get, the harder it's going to be to get hay and equipment into the field from there. So my vision for this ultimately is get another slab poured on the western side of the barn and for the sawmill, and a lean-to off of there, which there is some structural benefits to a frame like this if you have a lean-to off of it, and we'll get into that at another time. But my vision is I want to be able to pull, these doors are so wide because I want to be able to pull a tractor and a hay bind through here. Even with the hay bind collapsed, it's like 14 feet, so it's still going to be tight, but we'll have almost a foot on each side to take that up. But I want to be able to pull straight through this barn, right into the hay field from here. We're also going to be having another lean-to off of the back of the building, where that's where I'm going to move all my cow operations to. So feeding the cows, all that good stuff. I want to be able to store hay on gravel under an overhang would be nice, so that I have less waste with my hay, and plus if it gets muddy out, I'm not worried about making ruts. Down here, let's see if I can get you guys moved to where this is going to be different, because I know we have a light right in front of us. Sorry about the crappy lighting, guys, but you'll have to take my word for it. Down here, I don't know if you guys can make it out in the crappy lighting, but I have a bunch of black cherry sticker stacks, some elm, stuff like that. This whole area, this whole back bay here, I want to turn that into my lumber storage, and I plan on building a kiln in this thing. Not a huge kiln, not like what you see Nathan have from Out of the Woods, but I want something, I want to build a kiln in here, run off of a boiler, and some fans run on humidity controls. That way, as I pull stuff off the mill, I could just load it into the kiln, then once I get enough in there, I'll just turn the kiln on. I mean, I'm not a production sawyer by any means. Anything I'm sawing up after this building is going to be for my own shop projects and whatever I want to sell for shop products. I'm not into selling the raw wood, but the finished product is what I like to move. So the last bay towards the north would be the northeast corner. That's going to be where we're going to have our lumber drying area and a small kiln over there. I'm talking maybe a kiln that'll hold a few hundred board foot at a whack. I don't want anything, I don't need anything huge. So let's move along. That's a little better. We get one of the lights shut off. So over here along this wall, right about in here, we're going to be building a nice stone and brick forge. But that'll be a fun one when we get into that, because what I plan on doing with that forge, I have a forge that I made, but it's too small to do anything serious. I have a lot of tool steel kicking around, high carbon steel, that I'd like to start making timber framing tools with, draw knives, stuff like that, some broad axes for hewing. So I want to build a nice forge right here. But what I want to do with that forge that'll be a little bit different, I want to make the inside of it, the two-year, all the hole innards of it, forgive me for terminology, guys. I want to be able to lift that whole thing out and put different types in there. I want to be able to use coal, and I want to be able to use wood. A wood forge is going to be a slightly different shape, and it's going to be formed a little bit differently. But what I plan to do is just do a nice stone casement I actually have a cast iron big boiler breech that we're going to be using for the breeching on the forge, and that will be power vented out. So we'll have air forced in, it'll be power vented out, because a big thing, if you guys are doing blacksmithing and you're using coal, huge thing is that smoke. That stuff is poisonous if you get too much of it into your system. It can cause nerve damage and all kinds of nasty stuff, so you want to watch it. I actually prefer anthracite. I know that's not real popular in the blacksmithing community, but it burns so much cleaner. It's a different style to learn and to get used to. And some of you guys who are into that, I'm sure you'll call me on it, and you have every right to. I enjoy the input. So we'll be having that. Then over in the final bay, in the southeast corner of the barn, where we're going to have the stairs, under the stairs I'm going to be having all my welders set up on, I'm going to have long whips on them, and I'll have them on rollers, casters, so we can go pretty much anywhere on this end of the barn with them. I don't want the whip too long because I'm using an old tombstone welder. Has quite a bit of draw on that thing. I run a 50 amp circuit on it, but I want to be able to weld and do all that stuff. Everything that I can't do in that tiny little nasty ass shop I have over there, I want to be able to do it in here. And it's actually getting exciting for me because now that I'm seeing sheathing go up, I can envision, you know, for months. Since last November, this has just been an open skeleton. It didn't become a final skeleton until here, what, about a month and a half, 2 months ago? So now we're at a point where I could start planning out, okay, this is going to be like this, I'm going to have this over here, and that's all subject to change. We've covered a lot about what we're going to do with the second floor. All of you who've been watching along know that that's going to be our wood shop and our timber framing shop. And Dave W. from one of our viewers, he noticed that I'm going to be putting a trap door in there to go up to the second floor. The reason I'm doing that, when I mill timbers in here, as long as this sawmill's sitting here, I want to be able just to roll them off of the sawmill, get them on a hoist, and lift them right up into the second floor. It will be a much different setup than what you guys have seen me do in the past with the 10x10s for the top plates. I actually plan on having a nice heavy-duty electric winch up there, and we should be able to lift whatever we want through that trap door. I'm also making it so that I want to make a bracket that winch uses as well to put sheet goods for cabinet work and things like that into. The stairs are going to be really wide. I'm looking to build like 4-foot wide stairs. Any cabinet work or anything like that I do, I want to be able to just walk it down the stairs and go through. But anyway, it's not as much progress tonight. I can't talk always. It's getting late if you can't tell. But I tell you one thing, it's almost December. It is almost December. Look at this. This is crazy. You guys saw in the last video last Sunday, I had snow sitting here. And boy, was that so much easier to deal with than this rain. It rained all day here, and everything in here is just drenched. Oh, I hate seeing it. You hate seeing all your timbers and everything just sopping wet. But it is the way it is. Soon enough, we'll have a roof on it, and it'll be a distant memory. I should make the boy come out here and sand all these timbers. That would be a good job for him. So anyway, guys, thanks for playing along tonight. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate your comments, all that good stuff. We'll be back at it tomorrow, putting up more sheathing, more floorboards. That video will be out Monday. And then we're going to maintain, because until I have that tractor fixed, I can't move any logs in here or anything because the tractor's in the way and I have a flat tire. So if it was one of the front ones, it'd be no problem. But that leads me to another idea for the future. I think I may want to build a roll-around A-frame that I can use the tractor back up over a log, kind of like a log arch with 4 wheels. Back up over a log, hoist it up with that thing, and then back it right over the mill. That would be nice. I think that would be a lot more maneuverable, and it would save me dealing with cold hydraulics and everything like that on that old machine. I could actually do it with my little tractor. It'd probably be a lot easier. So anyway, guys, have a good evening. I will catch you on the next one.